Shut up and sit down.
If you have made the mistake of engaging me in conversation in the last 12 months, you will become aware that I am weirdly obsessed with 1994 movie The Flintstones, starring John Goodman and Lord Rick Moranis. By the end of this video, you may not be quite as keen to evangelize, but you will have a burning curiosity and a need to see this movie. Luckily, it is available on most streaming platforms, so you will need to pay. You really do need to watch this movie, and not just because it was Liz Taylor's last movie, but did you know this was Elizabeth Taylor's last movie role? Her first day on set, she was greeted by 30 bouquets of flowers, a Cartier watch, a prehistoric bowling ball with her name engraved on it, and a bottle of her passion perfume, reimagined with a more appropriate Stone Age themed bottle. Was an odd choice for her. Maybe the 6-year break from the big screen had her feeling a bit extra mellow. Bit of a departure from her usual roles, but I'm so glad she did it. It helped that they sweetened the deal by having the proceeds from the premieres go to her AIDS foundation. It's been suggested that John Goodman is such a good, perfect Fred that if he had turned down this role, this movie may not have been made at all. Thank goodness we never have to live in that world. John Candy was also considered for the role of Fred Flintstone. The Flintstones was his all-time favourite cartoon. However, his untimely death in 1994 scuppered that idea. The legend that is Danny DeVito was also considered an obvious choice to play Barney. However, that little wise man was very aware that his usual on-screen persona was too gruff and grouchy to play the cheerful and sweet Barney. He suggested the sweet cinnamon roll that is Rick Moranis as an alternative, as he can hit that exact note of goofy, boundless, innocent optimism. Most importantly, he met the height requirements. So many of the movie's creative team had grown up watching the Flintstones that naturally you can see lots of cameos, Easter eggs, and other pop culture nuggets hidden throughout the sets, music, character names, and dialogue. I'm not going to give them all away, but keen eyes and ears may spot, among other things, William Hanna and Joe Barbera themselves are two of the boardroom executives. The snow cone band you see in one scene plays the theme song from The Jetsons. The original actor who voiced Wilma, Jean Vanderpyle, plays Mrs. Feldspar. Harvey Korman, who plays the Dictabird in this film, voiced the Great Gazoo in the original cartoon. Mel Blanc receives a posthumous credit for the voice of Dino, whose dialogue was taken directly from the cartoon. The lamp from the movie A Christmas Story also makes an appearance. Keen eyes will spot that one. We also see the Cavern on the Green, a reference to the Tavern on the Green in Manhattan's Central Park, where Louis Tully, Rick Moranis, is attacked in Ghostbusters. Spoiler alert. The extra effort that was put into the special effects and overall look of the movie is really admirable too. This necessitated some unusual precautions. The cast were barefoot for the entirety of production. Glass of any kind was banned from the set to reduce the risk of injury. The bedrock set itself took 2 months to build and accounted for a full 10% of the film's $45 million budget. The wheels for the Flintstones' iconic car were actually steel oil drums covered in a faux stone coating, matching the cartoon car pretty closely. Jim Henson's Creature Shop only had 12 weeks to create and deliver more than 20 puppets and animatronics, creatures that are such an important part of the Flintstones they could really make or break the movie. They initially concentrated on creating the 6,000-pound brontosaurus, yes, that is a real thing, vital to the opening sequence. Everyone was particularly pleased with a pair of giant lobster lawnmowers that you see at the beginning, and the Dictabird, which had such a key role in the plot, it was important for him to be a fully realized character. Contrast these dinosaurs with the other groundbreaking dinosaur film from 1 year earlier, Jurassic Park. Note that only one of these movies has had 1 million debunking articles about it written by paleontologists. So from this we can conclude that the Flintstones almost certainly had more accurate depictions of prehistoric life and creatures. Fun fact. This movie also stands out for its less tangible elements, by which I mostly mean the on-screen chemistry between John Goodman and Rick Moranis, maybe the oldest recorded bromance. The bond between their characters has survived 20 years of Fred being a sweet dumbass, and seeing the way they look at one another, you really feel that with their performance. From all the actors, you really get a sense of their deep respect for the source material. You can feel the value that these characters and this world had for them since childhood. The crew and the actors put so much heart into every stage of this project. When watching the movie, you really get a deep sense of their affection and determination to represent this beloved franchise appropriately. So there you have it. I'm luring you in with Liz Taylor, but I'm asking you to stick around for cute little Easter eggs, touching tributes, groundbreaking computer-generated effects, and of course, a very special movie in the Rick Moranis verse.
Shut up and sit down.